Here is more from the Indian Embassy reception given to Vayala Ravi, Minister of Overseas Indian Affairs, last Sunday at the Embassy in Washington, D.C.
Our ambassadors, Srimati Nirvara, and my old friends. I think I have the right to call you old friends. As I never left either America or Washington without seeing all of you in some place or in a meeting like this. Friends, today I am coming after a successful PBD, as Ambassador rightly put it, in Jaipur. The very interesting thing is that the decision to hold the PBD in Jaipur taken in America. There was a Rana meeting in Long Island. Ashok Gehlot, the chief minister, was there. I am one of the chief guests. When Ashok spoke, he requested me. I am requesting he said to Mr. Vayala Ravi that please make it Jaipur the next PBD. Usually I had to discuss with the Prime Minister. Everything, this kind of decision has to be taken because a wide range problems are there, but who are the chief guests, a lot of things to be discussed. But even without telling the PO, never thought of that, because Ashok is one of my oldest colleagues. In fact, I nominated him as the NSU president of Rajasthan. There began my relation with him. So immediately I said, yes, I will hold it there. Then I went back only, I had to tell the Prime Minister, sir, I made an assurance like this, so please agree. He said, okay, carry on, no problem. So, but it was one of the most successful Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, and the Rajasthan government made a wonderful arrangements. Everything went on very well. I think the registration itself, apart from the few Indians, is the Pravasi Bharatiya from outside of India is numbering almost 1,750 or something. Total comes about nearly 2,000. So we find it difficult to have the accommodation because the Birla Auditorium or Mandir is going to accommodate only 1,500 people. And the more press also will be there. But it all went on very well. Everybody was very happy about it. So naturally, as rightly the ambassador put it, the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas is not only a platform, it is a platform for all of you to get together, but it has some positive results. That's most important. One of the positive results, as already said by the ambassador, is the OCA cards and PIO cards. The PIO cards is only 15 years. Those who are the persons of Indian origin, that is in the Caribbean islands or in Latin American side or in the eastern part of the world. But OCA card is a lifelong visa. So you need not stand in front of the consulate where the snowing is there and standing on the outside, the London High Commission, a lot of complaints are received. So, but it is a facility extended by the government to you because of this Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. Discussion was there. You demanded it. Then one of the major demands has come from voting rights, especially from the Gulf. Gulf almost 500,000, more than 500,000 people are there, all Indian passport holders. And here in America, the students, they are having the Indian passport. Indian passport holders in different parts of the world, students in England, everywhere. So we decided to offer the voting rights. And the bill, Parliament passed the bill and has come. The one gentleman told me from Qatar, he told me, now I feel I'm a full Indian citizen. I said, that's the immediate reaction. Last, the Prime Minister Advisory Council, the Yusuf Ali said to the Prime Minister, sir, thank you very much. Within 40 years, first time I exercised my right to franchise in Kerala. But I could not vote earlier. Because they delete the name, the rule, according to the rule, the name will be deleted if you are not there for more than 6 months. That's the rule. And one day it happened to me, my name will be deleted. Can you imagine that? So my party people telephoned me and said, your name is not in the voters list. I was in Delhi. So then I had to talk to Election Commission. Then he said, no, sir, write a letter to me. Thereafter, the decision has come all the members of parliament can write a letter. Even MLAs can write a letter. This is my permanent residence. Now it's no problem. I'm telling you, they do by the law. So what I'm saying is that this conference always help us. Help the government of India to know your mind, know your request, know your demand, what you want. That is the major thing. As rightly put it by the ambassador, that the institution that we create, one of the institutions which I want your cooperation at that point, that is because of please understand one thing, my ministry is not an investment ministry. That is the job of Anand Sharma. He is the man for the industrial investment and everything. It's not my job. But facilitation will be there. That we created as, that is the facilitation center. You can go to the website. You can get everything that you want in the website of my ministry. There is the Indian Facilitation Center. You will get everything. But at the same time, it is the all other things to be done by the Industries Ministry and the Investment Ministry. They had to do it. But what we do mainly, now some questions come, last PBD also. When I visited some places, they said, we are not millionaires, but we want to do something in our country. But we sent $1,000, the Reserve Bank asked, how do you send the money? It's a problem. The law in India is such. That is why we created an institution, that is India Development Foundation. It is a non-profitable trust registered under the law. We got the exemption from the Reserve Bank as well as the income tax. Everything is clearly done, and we already registered here in this country, and we'll announce the new director board of that institution here also. We don't do much of the thing. Only two issues only we are concentrating. That is, you know that in India, one of the major problem is the school buildings, primary school buildings. Many villages, there may not be a primary school building. Many villages in India, there is no primary health center. Because in my state of Kerala, we have no problem. Enough school building, enough primary health centers, we have no problem. But I can't put it here. So we decided to have only the concentrate on two issues, two things. One, a primary school building. Other is a primary health center. Then suppose 10 persons, 10 families come from a particular village, particular state and particular area. They can get together and say, okay, we will give this much of money to this institution, and it is all done through the states. Don't forget, everything do in a proper manner through the state or NGOs approved by the state. And suppose you say that we want the primary health center in my village or a primary school in my village building. They will do that. And we put the name. These are the families or the persons donated from America or someplace to make this building. So that the local people definitely will be happy. Yes, they went abroad, but they didn't forget the village. They're doing this for us. So this kind of activity, that is the IDF is doing that activity. It's a very important thing. So likewise, then another thing is very interesting. We created an institution called that the Indian community, which is the organization, immigration organization. Because there is a heavy demand in Europe. We never say publicly, but I can tell you, we are an aging population in Europe. So we are a young population. So we thought we must send our people legally. We don't want illegal immigration. We don't like it. You can get a lot of problem. You're all reading in the paper. When I go to California, I have problems. Yes. Sir, where is my visa? I'm not getting it. Where is my passport? Give me a passport. So a lot of questions come. So Susmita told me one day, don't worry, sir. They all came once upon a time. And with different reasons they came. So we are trying to find out how to help them. That's the position. So this all, they came not through the proper channel, I should say, put it that way. That is the problem. So in the Gulf also, many people gone without a proper channel, without a proper documentation. They become illegal. There is now I could intervene, I could sign MOU with the Gulf countries, and I could talk to them, talk to the ministers. There are some ministers, labor ministers I bring from Gulf. This is a secret I'm telling, don't tell anybody. I take them to Kumaragam. And we travel in the houseboat and sign there. They are very happy to sign. The Kumaragam, there's a very nice place, they stay there also. So what I'm saying is that we want to protect the ordinary Indians, especially the workers in the Gulf countries. We enter into, there's a labor law has a lot of problems. So we sign MOU, especially women. The women domestic workers are the biggest casualty. So we intervene and we made this kind of agreements and made a rule. Nobody can take legally a domestic servant without depositing $2,500 and made an agreement for the salary and a ticket and a mobile phone for a minimum number of calls. So one ruler of a Gulf country has told me one day, what is your rule? I want 4 people, I cannot put $10,000 a deposit. Why can't you look at it? So, because we don't want our women should go and suffer there. That does not mean, don't think that none of the ladies are going. Still people are going. I agree, there are still going, but I made some restrictions. They land in problem. They land in problem also. So this, what I'm suggesting is this, the ministry taken many initiatives. And this ICOE is doing a wonderful job. I already signed an agreement with Denmark. We are already negotiating with the European Union, and all this to send the professionals, educated young men and other people to European countries.